coming up on LA This Week.
We have events like this for the community on a frequent basis. Anything we can do that will help our community. It shows that they matter.
Don't put off your health needs. Don't put off your child's vaccinations. We really are taking every precaution that we possibly can to keep everyone safe.
It's been a great summer. It's felt like 6 days, even though it's been 6 weeks. And we look forward to having more activities in the future.
Hello everyone, I'm Rasha Goel. Here's what's happening in LA this week. Mayor Eric Garcetti has made confronting LA's homeless problem one of his top priorities. Together with Council President Nuri Martinez, Mayor Garcetti cut the ribbon for the 21st Bridge Home site, the new Etna, a bridge home in Van Nuys.
Today we are cutting the ribbon on this new 70-bed shelter here in Van Nuys.
This is really exciting. Our 21st Bridge Home opening. That's right, 21.
We have the capacity here to house 46 men and 24 women until they can get help with permanent supportive housing.
This is an opportunity for this entire neighborhood to say we came together and this is what we built. The people who are residing in this area and the people who work in these businesses have been nothing but helpful to try to bring this project into fruition.
We've already been doing all the outreach out into the community. We've already identified, I think, most of the residents that will come and stay here.
More than 70 Angelinos won't lay their heads on a sidewalk, but on a pillow. And they'll join the souls sleeping soundly in now 1,667 beds at Bridge Home shelters at any given time throughout Los Angeles.
We'll be feeding them breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We will be able to have our clients bring in their pets if they have pets, and we'll have 3 case managers who will be helping our clients to find resources of what they need, which are, identification information up to finding them a permanent home.
As they transition out, then new people can come in and find a place to stay, and those 3 hot meals a day and a shower and all those wonderful things that we so often take for granted.
Today's opening isn't just about celebrating a new building. It's about marking a new beginning for human beings who will come in here to these beds, and when they leave, a new crew will come in, and a new crew, and a new crew.
It's very important that we do everything with a human heart, thinking of them first and finding a location that best suits their needs.
Believe it or not, it's that time again. Wow, where did the time go? It's back to school for thousands of Los Angeles students. And whether it's online classes or virtual classrooms, Councilmember Herb Wesson wants the students of Council District 10 to be equipped and ready to learn.
Today we're providing over 600 backpacks and school supplies for kids because in a few days they'll be back to schools. Even though we're in this pandemic, life goes on. Kids are going to still need school supplies, more so now than before, because they're going to be doing most of their work at home.
I think it's a great thing for the community because the kids really deserve this and need this.
This is helping me with my kids' school supplies because right now I'm not working at this time, so it's a big help.
It helps us because some stores and marketplaces are kind of closed due to the pandemic. I'm studying from home because there's no social distancing. We could be on virtual classes, online, and do our work. But because we can respond back to the teacher if we have questions.
With this COVID thing, it's kind of crazy out there, so it's taking a risk every day just to go to the store. Drive in, grab what you need, and get on home.
This is something that we've done for 8 years. We've partnered with 101 Enterprises, and so this is a good day. People are happy, we're happy, and just glad we could help.
And while Herb Wesson passed out supplies to kids in CD10, Supervisor Hilda Solis teamed up with the Department of Public Social Services to make sure children of Council District 9 were geared up for school as well.
We know that young children are getting ready to get back to school. Maybe in a matter of 2 weeks. They're not going to physically be in the classroom, but we know that learning doesn't stop. So it's important to give them what they need, the essential equipment tools to be ready. So backpacks, all the pencils, calculators, notepads, things that they need so that they can be ready to start in a matter of maybe 2 weeks. This is a special event identifying about 500 families, and they're going to be giving out about 1,000 backpacks full of learning supplies and also toys. These are the folks that are low income. Some may be underemployed or unemployed, and they really do need services. So we want to encourage them to come and participate and to interact with the county staff. Many of our children here live with multiple families and can't even afford to have internet at home. So we know that learning isn't going to be as easy for some of them. So they're going to need to have supplies and things to be able to manually work at home.
It's actually good because some people don't have money, so they could just come here.
We created the Amazon Smile program to help people give back, right, to the charity of their choice. And we're really happy that we can help participate with DPSS and LA County.
Being here, working in this event has been great. I think it's so important that we equip our children with the tools that they need to start the school year. Be it at home or in the classroom. This will be helpful for the child, helpful for the family too.
For Los Angeles Public Schools, the 2021 academic school year will be off-site to prevent large numbers of kids from gathering. Definitely a time of adjustment. But there is still one very important thing that students can't return to school without, and you won't find it in a backpack. Need a hint? Happy Immunization Month.
So today we're hosting our back to school drive up and walk up vaccine clinic. And so we're offering free vaccines for children under the age of 18, and they're able to either get back on track on their vaccines or actually start their scheduled vaccines. So normally every year we've been able to offer this inside of our clinic, but we know that there are maybe some concerns about coming in to the clinic. So we're offering patients the opportunity to stay in their vehicle to receive their vaccines if they like. If not, we have a private tent out here where patients can walk up and have their vaccines in there.
I think families in general are afraid to bring their children to the doctor. Not everyone, but certainly people that have been affected, like personally by COVID-19, are really wary about going into a medical building, and we're trying to avoid that as much as possible, but we understand that people are afraid, and this is a way that we're offering them a service that we think is really important for children to receive, and we're trying to do it in as safe a way as possible.
We usually stay on track with our vaccines when we're getting ready for back to school for in person, but even though we're doing online learning, this is still important for preventative care. So these are helping us prevent other diseases that our children can be susceptible to.
Es importante por la salud de los niños y más en estos tiempos difíciles que estamos pasando y por el bien de ellos, para estar protegidos en la escuela, proteger a sus compañeros, a la sociedad también.
Certainly don't put off your health needs, don't put off your child's vaccinations. We really are taking every precaution that we possibly can to keep everyone safe.
We're hoping to host other events like this as well in the future. You can check on our website at www.saboncommunityclinic.org, and that way they can get more information, and they can sign up for our Saban Kids Club, where they can actually get updates as well as different prizes like the ones that they're going to be getting today.
Loading our kids up with school supplies and the right vaccinations are only a few ingredients needed to help kids be successful. Perhaps even more important components are encouragement, hope, and direction. And that is where organizations like the Young Center come in. Maria Hall Brown sat down with the nonprofit's founder, William Allen Young, to learn about how his passion has become his purpose.
You have actually, beyond your work in the entertainment industry, you've taken that one step further to be able to help the next generation take a courageous, dreamlike approach to their life. So you created the Young Center.
So what I did was I took my own money and I started what was then the Young Foundation. And what I did was I recruited an army of teachers, college students, retired professionals, parents, to go into the schools, especially the schools that have been identified as failing schools. And we said, no, we're not going to let these schools fail. So the foundation pulled together this all-volunteer army, and we went into the schools to save them. I wanted to create, or help create, a culture of success in communities where there just seemed to be this culture of death and this imminent, I am not going to live past 21. I found that unacceptable. I said, no, I lived here. And I can't alone do this, but I can begin something.
What you're talking about seems to be what so many people in civic authority are talking about a need for. With what you're saying, there needs to be a plan and action that goes along with that.
We have a responsibility to help these young people become the leaders that we say that they are, these future leaders. In doing that, we have to understand that they will go as far as we inspire them. In our program, our students come from all over. They come from the projects of Los Angeles and outside of San Francisco. But all of that input tells us it doesn't matter where they come from. They're all the same. They all are saying, we want to do something. We don't know how. And that is where we say the Young Center, that's where parents come in. That's where teen centers, that's where anybody who's in place to take them and say, we're not the ultimate answer. But we do know that you're simply looking for a way to get to the next step.
It's an honor and a privilege to know you, sir.
Thank you, Maria. I appreciate you.
You can check out Maria's full interview with the inspiring William Allen Young by visiting our other YouTube channel, LA City View 35. Just click on the LA Currents playlist. LAUSD offers free tutoring. Council President Martinez is honored with a literacy award, and identity theft is on the rise. These stories up next on City Beat.
Los Angeles City Attorney Mike Feuer has issued an alert warning Angelenos about a new identity theft scam designed to fraudulently collect unemployment checks. These scammers use stolen social security numbers and other personal information to receive these checks by using the names of their victims. Residents should be aware that phishing emails, fake websites, calls, and texts are being used by scammers to retrieve their personal info.
Since the pandemic erupted, we have fought back against scammers trying to take advantage of people who may be scared or isolated and more easily victimized. In this latest scam, not only are hundreds of millions of dollars nationwide being stolen, but people's identities are being taken without them even knowing it.
To learn more about how to protect yourself, visit identitytheft.gov. Los Angeles Unified School District is going the extra mile to help their students. LAUSD is offering free one-on-one tutoring while the district continues its online learning. LAUSD will work with Step Up Tutoring to provide both in-person and online work with the students. If you are interested in becoming a tutor, visit stepuptutoring.org. Congratulations to LA City Council President Nuri Martinez, as she is the proud recipient of the 2020 Be a Book Hero Award. The award is given to those who help promote literacy and getting books to children.
I was a latchkey kid, so I had to figure out a way to get home every day because my mom was at work. So I would wait for her at the library. I would spend 1 or 2 hours at the library doing my homework.
And is helping kids achieve the same success.
I want to thank the Kiwanis Literacy Club and the Literacy Club Foundation for putting on this wonderful gala, and thank you for your partnership in providing books to the children of our community.
For many Angelenos, the security of a steady income has gone away, and food insecurity persists citywide. Fortunately, there are a myriad of organizations and volunteers still coming to the aid of their neighbors. Channel 35 was there when Team Cedillo, CCNP, and the American Red Cross brought groceries, supplies, and PPE to their weekly community giveaway.
Every week, CCMP distributes groceries, free groceries to the community. We've been doing this for many years. However, since March, when the pandemic began,
We went from 150 families to now serving between 500 and 600 families on a weekly basis. They get canned goods, dry goods, as well as fresh fruits and vegetables.
Today, what is special about it is that we have partnered with the Red Cross in providing hand sanitizer and also face covering, as long as information that is very important for the community.
So the Red Cross is here today to give information regarding COVID safety. This is a high-risk neighborhood, and we want everyone to have the crucial information to keep themselves safe.
Well, the council member's highest priority is safety of everybody, but at the same time, he understands that there is a big need for food, there is a big need for masks, there is a big need for simple hygiene products as well.
Venimos a recibir la ayuda que nos da CCMP, darnos comida todos los jueves. Y bueno, pues es algo que nos ayuda muchísimo y estamos muy contentos y agradecidos por esto que están haciendo con nosotros, ¿verdad? Es algo que beneficia en esta crisis que estamos pasando.
Some of the challenges is people are afraid to learn more about what's going on. They think that turning a blind eye to things will just make everything better. But actually, and reinforcing what is right is encouraging people to take that step to wear a mask wherever they are, and also teach others in their family and neighborhood what to do.
O sea, nos protegemos mucho. Tratamos de, nadie nos visita, salimos lo menos posible y usamos las protecciones.
Lately, this community has had a higher rate of infection. So we're trying to bring other resources so that our community can be prepared to ensure that they're taking care of themselves.
Even before COVID-19 hit, parts of Council District 9 were identified as food deserts, urban areas where access to fresh produce is scarce. Well, Northgate Markets is working with Councilmember Curran Price to bring fruits and vegetables to these communities. Take a look.
This is a very important event that we're hosting here today. We're doing a food distribution for the community. We're hoping to serve about 500 individuals. During this time, it's very important that we do anything we can to help our community during these difficult times.
I tell you, I'm very fortunate because Curran Price office is always communicating with us. They're very community oriented. So we have events like this for the community on a frequent basis.
We have our partners here, 77th Station, Northgate Market, Republic Services, SELA, some community volunteers that have helped us put the bags together and kind of get all these products out to the community.
As a donation from Northgate Market, they donated 100 bags to the students here at South Park Elementary School. And the bags include notebooks, rulers, pencils, crayons, and glue sticks as we get ready for the upcoming school season.
So one of the big things we have today is obviously fruits and vegetables. Our district is a food desert, so it's hard to find fresh fruit. So we have fresh farm boxes that were provided to us by SELA. We have chicken, we have fresh eggs, we have tortillas for the community donated by Northgate. So it's a lot of fresh food that families can take back and prepare healthy, delicious meals.
Oh, es una muy buena, gran ayuda para ahorita que estamos en estas condiciones de la pandemia y es muy beneficiado todo lo que venga en ayuda.
También quiero recordarles durante este tiempo de hacerse el examen de COVID-19. Nuestro distrito tiene varias locaciones como el Kedron Community Health Center, St. John's, Exposition Park, donde pueden hacer una cita y tomarse el examen.
It's been a tough one for the youth this summer. By and large, summer programs run by the city have been canceled throughout Los Angeles. Only a precious few programs survived cancellation. One of the lucky few is Recreation and Parks' annual Summer Play LA. Check it out.
We are at Bellevue Recreation Center in the Silver Lake area of Los Angeles, and what we have here is our Summer Play LA camp. The first day of camp, the kids are just so excited to be with other kids, socializing after being indoors for so long. I remember we gave them a hula hoop to play with, and they played with that hula hoop as if it was the best video game ever.
Camp is pretty fun. It's just nice to get outdoors during this whole pandemic.
Any type of socialization they get with each other, kids their own age, is very important.
A lot of the children were isolated in the homes, and this is based on their conversations with us. So to be able to come out and do sports and different activities that they normally do, it brought a sense of normalcy for them.
I think it's really important that we give kids a fun time, especially maybe during hardships that their families are going through, or maybe just times that they're not used to. So I think it's good to give them a little bit of normalcy.
The best thing about it is that they're finally outdoors. Many of them, when they came in, they were really just frustrated like all of us, and they wanted to get out and enjoy the park.
Well, since of the COVID, we have to wear masks and do social distancing, but we still do a lot of fun games and do fun activities.
My favorite part is probably kickball,
dodgeball.
It's probably the arts and crafts. You get to see how creative they are.
So, this is my box car. It's a Toyota party truck, and inside it has the details mile percentage, gas percentage, and then a steering wheel.
It took them a first 1 week to transition over back to kind of the new normal.
They're learning all about COVID-19, the things that they need to do to keep themselves safe. Understanding why they wear the mask, hand washing, the 6 feet distance. These are all the things that they have in the back of their certificates that they're going to be receiving.
We've seen growth with them, but we always remember and we always try to remind them that this is only practice, because when we do go back into the classroom with school, this can very well be the circumstances wearing masks.
I think social development is what is so important. So I think what Rec and Parks is doing right now is helping the kids so much.
It took a while for most Americans to realize that COVID-19 wasn't going away anytime soon, me included. And once acceptance settled in, the next steps were a call to action. Get tested, stay safe at home, and stay informed. One of the government agencies that has helped Angelenos stay informed has been the LA County Department of Health Services. Recently, we had a lengthy chat with the department's own Dr. Jeffrey Gunzenhauser, who helped us get a few facts straight and to stay informed.
First of all, I'd like to say I think that the residents of Los Angeles County have done a remarkable job in adhering to the recommendations that have been put out. These are things such as always wearing face coverings when you go out, even staying at home if you don't need to go out. Exactly how COVID-19 started is still something being investigated. We do know that COVID-19 is a coronavirus, are common in certain other species or animals, including snakes and a variety of other animals around the world. And so we do know that from time to time, viral or bacterial infections from non-human species can jump into the human species and cause illness or disease. What we do know about COVID-19 is that it's spread through the respiratory route. So when I exhale, the virus is contained in the moisture droplets. These can spread through the air, and when somebody inhales it into their lungs, it can cause an infection. We think that that move back into indoor spaces and some of the behaviors that were happening probably contributed to the spread. And since we've tried to prevent some of that, and we've closed the bars, closed the indoor restaurants, closed other indoor activities that aren't essential right now, we have seen the cases drop. As we've reopened certain sectors, people tend to forget that reopening doesn't mean we're going back to the way things were. We are moving into a new way of living. I think that the pathway to a vaccine is about as good a place as it could be. Back at the beginning of the year when people were talking about vaccines, but the truth was that within a month or two, there were already what are called phase 1 trials. And phase 1 trials are just providing some vaccine to a small number of people just to make sure it's safe. Second phase which has given it to a larger number of people and measuring human response to see if it looks like it's actually doing what we hope, and giving information on what the dose might be, and of course assuring again that it's safe. Many phase 2 trials have been completed. It probably won't be enough early on for all Americans, but it will be probably 10 million doses or more that could be targeted at people who are at highest risk, and particularly the communities, the brown and black communities of LA County that have been most hard hit, because these are workers who are providing essential services and getting exposed to the virus as part of that. I do recommend that all residents in Los Angeles County participate in a program we call Angelinos in Action. And what this is a text messaging service that if you sign up once a week, it will send you some brief questions like, how are you doing? Are you well? How do you feel? Less than a minute of your time. The reason why it's important is because this information will allow us to hear from many people across Los Angeles County and have a good idea of how COVID-19 is affecting our residents. To sign up for that, you can go on your cell phone and put in @protect, the @ and the word protect, and then type in the number 35134, and that will enroll you. If you can't remember that, just go onto our website, publichealth.lacounty.gov, and you'll see a link there for Angelinos in Action, and you can get the information and sign up.
Check out the Sony Pictures Drive-In Experience. Learn about the glory and wonder of stained glass, and Outfest 2020 goes online and drive-in. All this next on Virtual Things to Do.
The LA Public Library invites you to check out Judson, Innovation in Stained Glass. Join author David Judson as he discusses Judson Studios, the legendary stained glass artisans whose handcrafted works have been a family tradition for 5 generations. From the earliest days of the studio during the arts and crafts movement to the newly refined fused stained glass used in today's contemporary buildings, Judson Studios' work has been recognized internationally as among the world's finest stained glass artistry. Don't miss Judson, Innovation in Stained Glass, an online lecture brought to you by the LA Public Library, Monday, August 24th, beginning at 12 p.m. For details, visit lapl.org. With cinemas shut down or operating with reduced capacity during the coronavirus pandemic, Sony Pictures plans to host socially distant drive-in screenings of classic titles. The makeshift drive-in will be erected in the Thalberg parking lot on the historic studio lot and will start showcasing library titles like Ghostbusters and The Karate Kid on its studio lot. The Sony Pictures Drive-In experience will screen on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights beginning August 14th. The outdoor theater will only host around 75 cars, so act now. The price of admission will be $30 per car. For details and ticket information, visit adamtickets.com. The launch of the 2020 Outfest Los Angeles Film Festival is here. Watch all 160 films, including 35 world premieres, filmmaker and celebrity conversations, and live events for one low price over 11 days on Outfest's ultimate streaming destination. Watch from wherever you are in the U.S. and take in our most diverse slate of LGBTQ films yet, with more than 70% of the films directed by women, transgender, and POC filmmakers. And not all the screenings will be virtual. We have a series of drive-in screenings lined up for you with Outfest LA Under the Stars. Experience 2020 Outfest. Tickets will be open to the public on Friday, August 14th. For more information, visit outfest.org. And that's a look at some virtual things to do.
That's it for this edition. I'm Rasha Goel. From all of us here at LA This Week, thanks for joining us. A reminder that you can catch us online at lacityview.org. We're also on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, so make sure to check us out. See you next time for more LA This Week.